Years ago when I was working in corporate America, I was getting into an elevator when these two guys also got on the elevator at the same time with me. And these guys were dressed up. I could tell that they were sales guys, just kind of by the way they were talking. And one of the guys said to the other guy, he said, "Yeah, my wife is doing this wonderful job at remodeling our house and we just put in this swimming pool and the kids are having a great time. It just looks so amazing and so wonderful." And the other guy's like, "Wow, that must be great. You must be really enjoying that." And the first guy says, "Well, actually, I haven't been home long enough to enjoy it yet." And I thought, wow, how sad is that? That this guy is a sales guy and he's flying all around the country and meeting with other people, and he hasn't actually been able to get home to be in the swimming pool that they just put in with his wife and his kids. And it reminded me of this quote that goes, "What profit a man if he gains the whole world but lose his soul?" In other words, if you have all of the external trappings, but you're not enjoying life. And it's a trap a lot of us fall into, including myself, because we need to have fun. And how we connect with other people is through recreation and activity. And if we're not having fun, if we're not having recreation and activity, then we're not connecting with other people. What's going to happen is we're going to start to feel a sense of loneliness and isolation. Now, I know right now in life, the way things are, it's really difficult sometimes to squeeze out some time for fun. You've got bills to pay, you've got a mortgage, you've got responsibilities, you've got a job to go to. At the end of the day, you're exhausted. But at the same time, making intentional fun in my life is something that I've been working on for the last couple of years. It's really easy for me to isolate, and self isolation is toxic because with self isolation, what happens is this thing starts going and spinning and telling me all kinds of stories that aren't necessarily helpful. But I found that when I'm with other people, this thing, it doesn't spin as much. I'm more focused on what's going on around me. I'm more focused on the people around me, the conversations around me, and I'm more focused on just enjoying and being present with the people around me. Being present in the midst of fun is one of the sweetnesses of life. It's one of the things that it's the cherry on top. To make fun and recreation one of your highest values. But the truth is, we oftentimes will make recreation the last thing on our priority list. Things will come up and we'll put recreation and fun on the back burner. As a result of that, we end up feeling alone, lethargic, disconnected, isolated, and that's no way to live. Now, you may be wondering, how exactly do I have fun? You're so used to not having any fun that you don't know how to have fun. You have to be proactive. I know this isn't an easy thing to do, and you have to override that part of your brain, and you have to actually reach out and invite people to join you to have fun. A lot of times, what we do is we'll reach out to somebody and say, "Hey, you want to go out on Friday? You want to hang out this weekend?" And when we do that, the other person has nothing to grab onto as far as what that's even going to look like. Instead, if you say, "Hey, this Saturday, some of us are going to go out and go golfing. When you want to join us?" And what this does is it creates a little bit of FOMO, the fear of missing out. So the other person is like, "Well, wait a minute. These guys are going to go out and have fun and I'm going to be missing out. No, I want to do that." So in order to be proactive, not just asking somebody what they want to do, but you have to take the leadership of planning something. That's something us guys, we hate to do. Oftentimes in the past, when I've done this thing, I start to feel like I'm the only one organizing these things. I'm the only one reaching out to people. I'm the only one setting up. I'm the only one making plans. And then I get into this pity party of, "Hey, nobody else likes me enough to do that for me." Look, if you're a man, your job is to be a leader. So lead your friends and lead yourself. Don't get butthurt when you're asked to always lead, because guess what? That's part of your job. I know it's also easy to get into the habit of doing things that are fun, that are isolating. Maybe playing video games, or maybe you've got a hobby or something that's just you and you're doing that by yourself. Okay, that's fun. And I want to encourage you to continue to do those things. But I also want you to step outside of that, because if you're having fun by yourself, it's not as much fun as sharing it with somebody. Here's an example. Let's say you have an opportunity to go on vacation and you decide to take a trip to Bali, but you're going to go by yourself. How's that feel? If you brought somebody along, how much better would it be? Am I right? I think the thing is that because we're communal people and because we're tribal people, we need to have other people in our lives. In fact, I think that's one of the things that happens with a lot of us men is we become lonely because we don't have the community that we once had. When you were going to school or in college or in the military, you had this community of brothers and men and other guys that you would hang out with, whether it was like a fraternity or your platoon. You had this group of guys that you hung out with. And it's important for us men to create tribe, to create community, to create space where we're having fun with other guys. Because once we're creating that space of having fun, what we're doing is we're also creating a bond. When we're doing fun things, when we're having activities together, it releases the neurochemical oxytocin, which is the chemical responsible for us feeling that sense of bonding. We talk about male bonding, going out hunting, going out fishing, going out doing some sort of activity. That creates a sense of bonding in us. And it's ultimately important for you and your own mental health and your own well-being to be connecting with other guys. I believe that if you're not having fun in your life, that there's something wrong. There's a reason you're not doing that. And it may be because you're depressed. It may be because you feel lonely. It may be because you feel isolated. Whatever that is, you're the only person on the planet who is going to help you break free from that. No one is coming to save you. You have to break free from your own loneliness. You're the one that has to break free from all of that. So my encouragement to you is think of some guys that you could hang out with. And maybe they're coworkers or guys you used to know, and then come up with an activity. For example, hey, Friday night, I'm asking a bunch of guys to get together and play basketball. Would you want to join us? It's easy and it's hard, but if you don't do it, who will? The point I'm trying to make is we have to make recreation and fun a priority in our life, because if we don't, life will just eat away at us with responsibility, with busyness, with the pressures of achieving and excelling. And we forget to have fun, man. And I do it too. I have to be proactive, reaching out to my buddies and saying, hey, let's get together and go do something this way, XYZ. And one more last pro tip before I go. When you're having fun, do it sober and try that. Because if you're always looking for substance to create the fun for you, that's going to work against you in the long run. Because if you do things sober, you actually create a deeper bond in those moments than you do if you're intoxicated. And you also do less stupid shit when you're not intoxicated. If you always have to have alcohol in order to have fun, might be a problem that you want to look into. Go out today and have fun. Be purposeful in your life. Be the guy who leads the other guys into your tribe and have fun. Because if you have everything in the world but you're not having fun, what's the purpose of that? Be sure, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.